All right, music off. Thanks everyone. Is online. YouTube is on already. Umbra. So we have here. Oh wait, I haven't unmuted myself. Hey everyone. Thank you for waiting. Apologize for a bit hiccup. Today we having a bit of kind of like preparation in kind of last minute. Oh, I say, hey Rajesh. Hey, good to see you on YouTube. And we have 22 people in Discord right now. You can join us, or you can stay on YouTube. It's okay too. Yeah. So today I'm going to walk you through a bit of like where we are at the moment, and also introducing something new, something exciting that we are working on. So maybe not let you everyone waiting. I will just jump directly into it. Firstly, I will share my screen. Okay. So I will make the screen share. I will make the selection. I will switch to this one. Okay. So on Discord, you should see my screen now. Let's go over to YouTube. And on YouTube, you also should see my screen now. Okay. All right, everyone. I hope that you can see my screen now. So this is office hour 10. That's amazing, right? Since the first time that Jane Lee, she is in the meeting today as well. She suggested us to create an office hour, and we actually did that. And this is our 10 of the office hour. I hope we can make it to 100. And thanks, Jay, again for this. All right. Next one, Jay, you are typing something. Thank you. You always support us. Thanks a lot. All right. So where we are, you know that we are working on iteration 2 week, right? So we are in the iteration of July 7 to July 21. So the focus of us currently are still the multi-agent system. So let me find the timeline. Let me go into multi-agent. Okay, so we have the timeline over here. So the multi-agent system is currently in the middle of their UAT, which is this part, this area. And we are kind of like in the middle of it. So I think last week we introducing the multi-agent system, and some of you actually drop in and give us some feedback. This is pretty awesome. We also make some improvement and fix some bug. But we definitely need more time to polishing it until make it ready by the end of the month. So our focus is still like nearly entire team all hand on decks on a multi-agent system. But during the week we also noticed something that we cannot avoid, which is Kimi K2 and Grok 4. So if you have not yet heard about Kimi K2 yet, you can come and search about that, but I believe it should be everywhere today. Everyone is saying it's insane and news and so on. We'll talk about this one. Why it happened? So I will tell you why. Okay. So Kimi is, so I just drag over here. I will zoom out this one a bit. So this is the first 1 trillion parameter that open. Wait. Before we are kind of like under like 670 something billion parameter only. So this is DeepSeek V3 and R1 and so on. But this is the first time that an open model that is really good and reaches to 1 trillion parameters. And it is come from the company name Moonshot AI. It is from China. But this one is also really good because it's what kind of like ranking in the top, compete to O3 and so on. So if you go into analytic leaderboard, you will see that I hope that they update this one already, but if not, I have to check. Let's Kimi. Oh, okay. So they put Kimi in here. So they put Kimi in rank here, very close to Opus of Anthropic, even above Sonnet and most of the other model. As you can see, O1 and so on. So it's just a little bit high. So this is like the external ranking. But if you go into Hugging Face and then you search for Kimi K2, it will showing you the benchmark that actually the team is creating. So this model is actually really good at software development. So if you can zoom out a bit on this one, Kimi K2 Instruct actually outperforming the DeepSeek and even just a little bit lower than Opus. And Opus model is a super expensive model. So if you go in here and you will see Opus, where I can see Opus. Let's just for Kimi first. And you can see in here, Kimi is just one rank below Opus, but they are like, the price is like 20 times cheaper. So that is the powerful of this model and why everybody is so crazy about this one. And in order to help only this part. And I'm happy to announce that in AgenticFlow, we support Kimi. So if you create a new agent, and then you can select Kimi K2 from this one. So this one is currently support via PixelML Open Router. We will add support for bring your own key very soon. But right now you can select Kimi K2 in this one. Gemini, yes. So we support Gemini. So out of the box, which is within your credit, you have Gemini 2.0 Flash, Gemini 2.0 Flashlight, 1.5, and so on. And if you would like to using Pro, you can also using Pro here and Flash here on the PixelML Open Router. Yeah. So yep. So I saw some question in here. Yeah, you can drop some question in here. So we will try to answer some question after the conversation. For Mr. Volcano, for the unique scenario, I suggest that the best, if it's very unique to your workspace and so on, it is better that you drop an email to support@AgenticFlow.ai. Sorry, I'm answering on YouTube, so that the team will answering to the support and they can look into your question and use case, and it's going to be more useful to answer this one. For internet marketing, I want you to cover social media automation today. I was fine with what I can have cover because it needs a bit of preparation. I don't have the material to prepare for this agenda. But Wayla, I think I have some of the material that I can share with you now. So if you go into our YouTube channel and you go into here, you go into AgenticFlow AI, and I will show you like you can find a video and you search for Pinterest. So in this one, I was demoing how I automate my Pinterest posting. So it's quite straightforward. So I believe that you can follow this video to automate your Pinterest. And after that, you can doing the same with other MCP. For example, like we have MCP Pinterest in here, but it's not limited only on Pinterest. We can go back to our MCP registry. You can search for Facebook page. Yeah, you're just using Facebook page MCP. You can also doing for LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn as well. So if for this is the answer to the user on YouTube. You can follow the YouTube video that I just sent, reply on the chat box, and then you can mimic that to try with LinkedIn and the Facebook and other platform. So we have around 2,000 API integrated via MCP, and you can follow that. All right. Yeah, so I will continue. So this is this is the announcement. I think that is very meaningful for the community because Kimi is a model that on par with the top tier model, which is very expensive, but it's right now can integrate it. So what does it mean for us? It means we can use this model into our agent and multi-agent system. And because we see that multi-agent system is kind of like 10 times better than single agent working alone. Like we have discussed about that, 2, or 3, so like 3, times ago. So is it like 90% better, than the other by parallel processing and so on. But the cost is like 15 times more token. So if you have some use case that require Opus to use, but right now you can use Kimi in order to use that with 20x time, cheaper. So it means you can give the faster processing and more powerful with less of the cost of the token. So I think that's why Kimi is very makes sense on this one. And I read a lot about this guy, and also they publish some documentation. The reason why I'm so bullish about Kimi K2 rather than Grok and so on is because Kimi is open. So they release the model, they release the technical resource and technical paper and so on. So it means other people can make the quantization of that into something that's smaller so that they can serve on their local machine in order to powering for their company. So this is useful for like private sector, for example, like law or health or something that is very useful. And because I believe that AgenticFlow should one day we will supporting external model that having the item that for example in connection in here we will add one more connection which is local model. So it means the model that hosting on your local GPU or your local server but can plug in here and acting as a brand for your agent in AgenticFlow. So if that is the feature that you guys really need, then actually you guys can plug Kimi or something similar model that can run on your own servers so that everything is happen inside your computer, and then you can turn into something very privacy on this part. Okay. And for example, this one. So this is the power community. So Kimi, which is like running out few days ago, and also there's some guy that already have a guide like how to run locally, and he also making very detailed discussion about this one, even like upload all of the quantization. So quantization is kind of like the smaller version of very big model that can be run on smaller machine, but it's still doable for some of the tasks. And they also give me some example and prompt and so on. And this is quite amazing. So I believe that, Kimi is another DeepSeek moment that China bring to us. And we need to embrace that. And I love this open source community. And I will support a local model in here. So it means if you want, you can plug your local model into AgenticFlow and use that to drive your agent. So that is my promise to open source community. And that is how I'm going to put for Kimi. I really bullish on them and also DeepSeek and so on. We already have DeepSeek and we will have Kimi and we have a local model as well. Right? Okay, so that is on the Kimi. Maybe we can talk about Grok a bit. I add support for Grok, but actually, to be honest, I'm not so impressive by what Grok does. Because I think they are closed source, and even they are top of the chart, but they have some scandal, right? You said about Grok 4 having Hitler moment. Yeah, so you can see this is 6 days ago, and Grok 4 was kind of going like crazy, and then it will start to create a mechanical Hitler version of that. And they have to pull that back and also manipulating the stuff like that. So it means Grok with train is to be more a lot of powerful model, but it have some limitation. And if you want to use that, you can use that on AgenticFlow by PixelML Open Router. We just pass through the cost, whatever that XAI charges us, we just pass through that to you. But there's not much thing to talk about that. Okay, so that is on this one. I will take a moment to answer some question. Mr. Volcano, EDF valuable agent that have all knowledge from AgenticFlow document and library. Yes, okay. So this is exactly that. So you can go to chat. You meet our copilot. So copilot is our agent that know almost everything about AgenticFlow. So she can answer to you. And the best way to start with her is you go into template and you can see this widget. And for example, you click on this one and then you click start. And then Copilot is going to start to digesting the information, and then she will try to create a new knowledge about your workflow. What do you want to do? And then she will start to build a first version of the workflow that you can use. Yeah, so I will give a demo. This is, maybe it's not new to some of the OG over here, but this is maybe something new for a new member to our community. Yeah, so this is Mia. We have her to support us. So Mia going to answering this one and have you consult this one. And if I need to have that one, I just say proceed. Mr. Busyman, maybe you can check the audio again on your side. Yeah, so for okay. Okay, so this workflow is better. So when it's work, it is something like that. So when you prompt to Mia, Mia will be able to create a workflow for you like this, and then it will be okay, and it allow you to preview, and also you can click on create a workflow to make it run on this part. So Mia is kind of like our copilot agent that we equip knowledge to her. Actually, you can verify her knowledge as well. You can click into docs, and then you will see the LM.txt. So if you click in here, you will see that's a very long file. This one is around 50,000 token of AgenticFlow knowledge that we train to our agent. But if you are interested, you can drop this entire file into your agent as well in order to ask about AgenticFlow. That is also okay. I have a video about that for you to take a look. So you can search for LM .txt. Let's search for that. This one. Okay. Yep. So this is the video. Yep. All right. Let's go back into the the agent. So I forgot where we are. All right. So I think we finished about the copilot and agent, but I need to go back into the current system. Okay. So I talk about Kimi. And Grok is here too, but not much to say. Maybe you guys can test it and tell me what Grok is good about. I don't have much to say. And next one, we have n8n agent. So for a long time, I think since the beginning of like AgenticFlow and so on, we were having questions. Are you different with n8n or you are another n8n? So right now, I think we are clear. We are not trying to clone n8n. We are consider n8n as one of the tools that we will use n8n to extending the arm to agent. What if your agent right now can control or create agent, create workflow on n8n, and even like using your own n8n instance as maybe a client to supplement to your AI workforce. Because you know that all the way, when we start AgenticFlow, we already have a clear path to level 5 of multi-agent system. So we are not competing with n8n. Yeah. Yeah, of course. So AgenticFlow already have the workflow, which is having a lot of like, this workflow. A lot of like steps that we build in on this one. And given that we have MCP action in here, actually we can tap into like 10,000 action or tool from MCP, powered by MCP layer. But right now, with this one, we are extending more So what we are aiming to have is to create one more action named run n8n workflow. So it means you can connect your n8n instance into AgenticFlow, and then it will be part of your workflow within AgenticFlow and can be equipped to your agent. And you can equip that agent to your multi-agent system. So it means your team is going to extend one more tool with n8n without like having to break through or learn. If you have something in n8n already that's working, that's okay, that's good, and you can use that as well. So I'm going to demo to you how we are having this today. Okay, so you go into chat and you go into n8n agent. So this is the agent that we have. I create some in here already. For example, like this one. Okay. So this is a prompt that created before. I will copy it, and then I'm going to paste that again. And actually, this is a feature still in alpha, so I'm still praying it is working. And let's see if it's failed me today or not. Okay, so what it does is that it will search all the nodes necessary to complete this one. Okay, it's called a lot of tool. And finish and see what is this does next. Okay, it will start to creating a JSON. Is it finished now? Let me see. Alright, so it's finished so fast. So I will download this one. And we'll go here. And I'm going to create, open my n8n instance. I will just delete everything from here. Not this one, not this one. Oh, which one? I forgot what I have just created. Maybe let me download it again. Download this one. Okay, this must be the one. Okay, copy, paste. And voila. This is something that you can create with our n8n agent to create the first version of your n8n. And you can start to config in here and starting to work with your n8n agent. And furthermore, and then you can trigger this n8n agent in AgenticFlow when we implementing the feature. Yeah, so that's it. So our agent will know everything about n8n, every node, every description of the node, and it knows to create an API call too. Yeah, so hey Pata Nahi. Yes, we have a documentation. So you can go here and you can learn about what we are building. So we are building an AI workforce. Yeah. We are building an operating system for your AI workforce. Oh, that is interesting. I would like to share a section about how you can be part of our ecosystem, because I believe that in our community, there's a lot of people that have the ability to code. And I believe that we can have some way that we can work together as well, so that you can develop some plugin or tool or maybe an MCP server, and we can have to promote you to the community as well. I think this is a good point. So from my point of view, there is something that you can build. For example, like you can just grabbing anything into an MCP server. So if you go into our AgenticFlow.ai feature roadmap, you will see that there's a lot of feedback. This feedback is actually a real feedback from the real user need. That if you go into roadmap, and you will see that there's a lot of like backlog and item in here, that there's a lot of need from community, but there is no serve for this yet, because actually our team is quite lean and we were focusing our like 100% into the core platform capability. But what you can do is, for example, like we have like Odoo. So for example, this one is an MCP server, and it have an MCP server already, someone that already built it. So it means Odoo is a CRM that a lot of people using that. And in order to plug Odoo into AgenticFlow, you just need to create an MCP server of Odoo, and then you can plug that into AgenticFlow. And if you can create that, and you can maybe publishing that, or maybe you can provide a service to host that, and we are happy to plug you into AgenticFlow. We can even like list you here into the list of the list of tool that we are support, and we are happy to collaborate together on that one. All right, so I will ask a question about did you put various update or notify regarding later to confirm? Yes, correct. So I will. So this is two-part of question. So this will have the update in the knowledge base regarding n8n. So it means it will fetch from the official knowledge base of n8n repository, because n8n is open source. So it means we can read their repository to understand what is one, and it is compliant with their license, because actually technically we don't host n8n in our system. We only create an agent that will create an n8n workflow for our user, so that our user can host their own n8n instance. For example, like this one, we create our own instance, n8n.pixelml.dev, and then we can plug this into our agent. There's one more capability that I haven't shown everyone, but create this workflow in my workspace. I don't know if it's working or not, but let me see. Okay, not yet. So basically, we have capability to allow this agent to interacting directly with your n8n instance, like create the workflow, execute the workflow, or run or use. Yes. Yeah, so it will be exactly the same, the way that you are using MCP, run MCP node right now. So it means you don't need to call on webhook or something. It will be a native node in AgenticFlow, just like this node, like run MCP. Just like run MCP action, you just select your n8n connection, and you select available n8n workflow, and then you fill in the input, if it's like a manual input. And actually we're not there yet, so I cannot say much about that. We're still finalizing the technical implementation, but basically you can interacting with your n8n instance. You need to provide two things. You need to provide the n8n URL, and then you need to generate a key for AgenticFlow to access your n8n instance. So that's it. So we just need two things from you: the path URL and the key, and then we can have our agent or our workflow to interacting with your n8n instance. We can create a new workflow with it, like you can instruct the copilot. Oh, maybe I should change this one into n8n copilot. Yeah, so we can you can just instruct n8n copilot to create something new for you, and then you go into workflow, and then you use that new one when you're happy. Or maybe you have to go into n8n and you need to fix something as well, because you need to connect some of the connection in here as well. Yeah, correct. So, I think that is a complementary to each other on this one. And also n8n is very high demand by community. So that's why, I believe that with this connection and implementation is going to, really helpful in order to create. Yeah. Yeah. That is always the name actually set the direction for us since beginning when we started journey. And it's an agentic AI. Yeah, it's an agentic AI company. Yeah, thanks, Alvin. Appreciate that. Yeah, so I think that is two big news things I would like to share. Even this is just in the middle of the sprint. n8n agent. Yeah. So that is the three things that we have. For multi-agent system, we have some update, but I don't think that is something that's visible for you. So if you have the workforce, you will see that you will have the list of the workforce that you clone in here, and then you can click on each one in order to do modification and so on. We have some optimization in here already. Do better task management, parallel processing, and also doing some kinds of like better management. One more thing that we have is we have the condition and branching. So this means for this kinds of line, left or right, you will have ability to set the condition, like when to call what, and either that condition can be code, so like if else, or it can be logical. So it's like you are describing it's for the agent to using kinds of like agentic capability in order to determine. So this kinds of canvas is currently going to be supported for workforce first, and if it's really working well, maybe we can consider to extend that to the rest of the ecosystem as well. But yeah, I think I need to ask this one. So support edge configuration conditioning with code. Conditioning with code or sweep case. Yeah, so actually for now, at the moment I cannot have this tutorial for you because we are still in finalizing the multi-agent system. So there's a lot of moving part. To be honest, I don't have the concrete guideline on how to prompting. So normally what we are planning to release by the end of the month is the system stabilizing, and then we will have a user guide and also like a cheat sheet. So a cheat sheet means what is the best way that using multi-agent system for, and what are the prompts that for the best team. So for now, we are only working on one team, which is multi-agent research. Multi-agent research system, because we believe that is the most valuable use case, and it is showing the most on this part. We will release more until the end of the month for this one. Yeah. Yeah. I believe multi-agent is kind of like a big topic. Everyone is chasing that. Hey, I think if you guys go into, so he posted about this today. We are creating multi-agent AI software company where growth for hundreds of specialized coding or image agent to doing something and so on. So I think that is what we are confirming, that what we are building. It kind of like the top tier lab is also advancing for, and I believe that because everyone is building on the same direction, so there will be open resource and so on that release to open publics, so that we can benefit from the big lab frontier research, and also we can optimize. For example, like your question is very good. Like what are the prompts that can control in better agent? What is architecture? How can prompting? Actually, those are going to be distilled from the frontier research lab in order to input. And why we are building our multi-agent system, actually we are not building alone. We're also absorbing the knowledge from Anthropic or OpenAI or like top researcher where they are sharing the multi-agent. I believe that by the time that we are building multi-agent now, actually we gain more knowledge comparing to 2 months ago. Because we are not just like sitting still in order to build. We also looking around like what are the best practices so far, and how can we like continue to bring up the best thing into the system. And for now it's just to the middle of the month, right? I think at the end of the month we will get more. That is where we are at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Volcano of Private Consulting. Yeah, so if you are tier 3 or tier 4, actually you can book me for half an hour, one-on-one. So you can ask me any question. So if you haven't, please check your email. In your email should have that link with my calendar link. You can book it. And yeah, I'm happy to talk to you, on the call. and we can talk about your business and how we can optimize AgenticFlow for your business. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we have another 30 minutes. I think because this is a mid iteration, so I think that's it what we can build and we can share. So I reserved the last 13 minutes for Q&A. If you have any other question, you can ask me now. Otherwise, we can close off today soon as well. But it's okay. How can I access locally uploaded text or data from a workflow? Easy to do with agents in the certified list. I'm struggling to find a correct idea of the update data within a workflow. So actually we have, so if you go in here and you click on any of this one, so you have the ID. So this ID is the asset ID, or we call it a dataset. So this is the representing for any of the data. So either it's a table or text or even database. We not open database yet, but this is the ID of the data that you are loading. And if you would like to retrieve that from your workflow, then normally you can do it by using this action, retrieve. No retrieval. You just need to paste this ID here. You can select this one and you can pull that out and you can just send query. Oh, I think the team had fixed something on this one. I don't know yet. So technically, if you can select from here, so it means you can retrieve that dataset from here. But I haven't tested, so I don't know. The team just hidden behind my back to build this. They didn't tell me. So you can test this, and if it's not working, tell me. Okay. Yeah, maybe they fix this to my surprise. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay, I'm glad that this is solving your question, because I will also, my last impression was you have to paste the ID here and so on, but right now I think you can just fetch this from here. So that is better, yeah. Alright, we have a question on YouTube. When will n8n workflow available? Already. So you can go to chat, you can talk to n8n agent, and then you can type, a question, and then it will try to create a workflow for you. But to be honest, it is not something that robust. We are still testing it, and because this one rely on our instance. So it means our instance will not have every custom node and everything together. We are still thinking how can we allow you to add a connection. So our full plan is you can go into connection, you can add n8n connection where you can equip your n8n URL in the key, so that our copilot will know what exactly in your n8n instance in order to create exactly the workflow that your maybe node already installed, instead of like come up with something that not working and so on. But for today, for the sake of testing, you can just go to chat, and then you can find n8n agent, and then you can chat with it. And yeah, hopefully that they can create a workflow that you can paste here and then start to work with it. Okay. Yeah. Available setting and choice in the workflow node setting. Yeah, sure. So maybe let me walk through. On the workflow, so this is the list of the workflow of everything you have in here. You have some option like duplicate and delete. So this is useful. You can create a new workflow from scratch or use from template where you can have here. You can just clone this and it will just create a copy of those workflow for you. And in this UI, you will see that the main tab is at the build tab in here. It will have different components like trigger, user input, and these are the action in a workflow. And in trigger, these are the ability whether you can schedule the workflow to run every day, every week, monthly, or you can select even the hour to run it. If you are more advanced and you need some webhook, you can create some webhook trigger over here. test, and then it will show you path like this, and you can click on this one, and there will be a URL that you can copy. Oh, that is very long because it was taken directly from the user input example. So basically it means it's going to create for you an example so that you can trigger from outside. So that is the trigger. So user input is something that you are going to asking the user to enter. So just imagine this one is like a form. So if you go into single run, you will see this one is exactly as a form that you already create. It's including, for example, this is the SEO optimized blog post generator. It will ask you how many words, how many, what is blog shot type, I want to stay, blah, blah, and blah, blah, and then click run. So your end user only seeing this one, and they just allow to click run, and it will just trigger the action that you already pre-config everything in here. Okay, it will take a bit of moment to run. Yeah, let me go walk through a bit because Volcano is asking a question on YouTube on this one, so I think this is good to answer as well. All right, why is it take a long time? Let me see. Oh, it is using Claude Opus. Oh, it is done. Let me see. Okay, it's done on this one. So it means every time that your end user click on this form and click run, it will trigger this action. It will create the outline, and finally it will create a blog post like this, and it's create a full blog post. So when you build a workflow, it's like this, is done. And what you can do is that you can click on share, and then you allow other people to use it by switching on this one. And then it will allow you to using this URL. And for example, you copy into a new file, and then you send this to someone else, and then they can use that to run. So they will not able to modify anything. They just allow to use it. So this is very useful in the case that you are like the owner of the company and you create a form that someone else in your team can use in order to do something, but you don't want them to modify something. So this is how you do it. Okay. And, some other things as well, like you can embedding this one as an iframe, or you can even allow others to colon a template, but I think we will cover that later. This is single run. Next is the bug run. Bug run is like something that you will use in order to, like run 100 times. So instead of like every time you go here and you click run, you just go into bug run, you create a table, you name it something that you will remember again, and you create this table. So in here, you can just new row, and then you just putting information in here, and then you select all, and then you click run, and then it will just trigger this one on the job, and then it will trigger all of them at once, and it will finish. And later, it will save directly into a database. You remember that I just create a table, a database named SEO blog post, right? So it is saving to this database. So you no more need a Google Sheet file or Superbase and so on, because we already have a database built inside AgenticFlow so that you can save in here. So I believe that is some fundamental about AgenticFlow and how you can use. You can check some history to see who run and how they run it, and how many time per step and so on. And yeah, so that's it. And there's some setting in the action as well. If you would like to modify, you can even upload a thumbnail. Yeah, we add it for fun, but, it depends. So I hope that this is a very quick walkthrough of our workflow. And if you have any question, you can just watch our YouTube channel. Okay. Right. So, next one I would like to ask. Techno is asking about database. Yeah. So actually, so database right now we already have, but database is currently serving for the bug run of the workflow only, like the one that I just mentioned. So it means whatever that your workflow is running and the output is going to be saved to the database, and later we will have some action that allow you to interacting with the database. Maybe next iteration or so, because at the moment we still start focusing on multi-agent system, but we will get there. Yeah. So I hope this answered the question for Scotty. Next question is, when you create an idea, you take natural language or you know? So you go back to this one. Yeah, I think you are right. So this is vibe coding for n8n. Because I have no idea what inside n8n. So what it does is that it will read the documentation from n8n. It will search what the execute workflow look like. And it will understand what is the type of the query, result, and everything in here. And it will search another node, what is schedule, trigger, mean. I mean, it search a lot. And then it will get some example node in here. So the agent is actually doing the work for you. So it means it will not asking you to know everything about n8n because you shouldn't have to. I believe that what AI now is smart enough for us to delegating that task for them. We should be as a kind of like a manager to delegating the task for them and instruct them. So what I do, I just ask a prompt like that, and it does all the work, and it gave me a workflow. And because at the moment I don't enable the ability to create workflow for me, but when I enable it, it should create a new workflow into my instance in here. And then I can just go here and fix some connection error and mapping the real connection, because n8n having their own connection ID and so on. We don't fetch that at the moment. So I think that is something that you still have to manually configuration. But basically, AgenticFlow agent will be able to create a workable n8n workflow that at least you can paste to n8n and see it. Yeah, kind of. So you still have to do the rest of 50%, but the first 50% is in a minute or so. Yeah. Yeah. So any other question? Yeah, because I think sometimes that knowing how to find the correct n8n node is really something. Yeah, creating workflow is done, but we cannot enable that because the reason why is this agent is public to everyone. I don't want you to bombard our instance with like hundreds or thousands of workflow. So I disable that. So when we have the connection in here, when we can allow you to connect your n8n instance in here, then we can enable that feature. So it means it can create to your instance instead of my instance. And also this is better as well because if you can see in here, actually the agent is how you say, it actually search is in here is not search, but actually it can list the workflow or node available of the instance. So for example, like my instance, I install some custom node for certain things and so on. Then my agent should know that instead of like I have to tell it. So it can find it by itself. Why do I need to tell it that I add new instance? It should fetch it by default. And when we are allowing that capability, then it will allow you to tell to the agent that, hey, fetch the new list and then starting to do this for me. Yeah. But I think right now you can start to experimenting, and with the foundation node, like out of the box, I think we have it. But like the custom node and so on, maybe we do not have it. This one, there's not something to hide on this one. So this is just an ordinary agent that using an MCP, that we host by ourselves. So this agent with a bit of like smart prompting and using an MCP server, and it can just create this one. We can even like having that MCP server. If you would like to deliver it that way, then maybe we can even like make an n8n agent example so that you can modify its system prompt as well, if it is something that you would like. Actually, because we believe that we can put that into a multi-agent system so that a manager can start to delegating a task to n8n agent, and n8n agent do something with that. Yeah. So I think that we can review more on how this n8n agent is building, perhaps in the next office hour, because we are already running out of time. But I think this is not something that I would like to hide. It is pretty straightforward, actually. For us, it's pretty straightforward, but I'm not sure for everyone is this something useful. If it's useful, we're happy to cover. Yeah. All right. Any other question? Look like a silent today. Yeah, Maxwell. So I think that this is, if this is something for, with list from community, I can, cover it as a topic in the next office hour. That's okay as well. And we can even like, pack n8n agent into a multi-agent system to see how they can interacting with each other and so on. I think there's a lot of idea, and, I'm happy to cover that, if we have time in the next office hour. Yeah, Chao. We have the recording. I will upload on YouTube. Actually, right now you can watch the live playback on YouTube, but we will have the recording that having nicer CapCut and so on that as well. But anyway, thanks Chao, thanks Jay, thanks Mr. Pesiman, thanks Andre, thanks Alvin and Marcel, people on YouTube, Genius, Techno, Scotty, and Mr. Volcano, and everyone. That's awesome for us together today. Even this is just a middle of sprint check-in, but we hope that there's some new deliverable is helpful, and we hope to deliver more in the next office hour. Yeah. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.